Today I'm going to talk about red wools, one of my favorite categories. I use red in almost everything. So I hooked this little toolkit and I've used many different reds. But for now, let's go through and look at the individual reds that I have in stock. This is the first one, R028. It's a good basic. In the beginning, I was referring to this one as skirt wool because I had found a recycled skirt in this exact pattern. Absolutely loved it. And it was about 10 years later when I saw it come out in yardage and I jumped on it. And I absolutely love this particular wool. This is my go-to favorite to brighten up a rug, even a duller primitive. Now, remember that textures tend to dull down when you hook them. So even one as bright as this will dull down if you're only using a strip of it. And I've used that wool in here, right there. I used a little bit of it right here around the edge. In small quantities, you can get away with this. If you want it bright, hook and fill up a bigger mass and it'll look brighter. This wool makes an amazing background or anything that you want to look red-brown. It is deceptive. This is one that you'll definitely have to hook up in your texture sampler so that you understand how to use it. I use it as a dark red in any of my flowers. This is a great one. And a herringbone. You know, if there's a herringbone on the market, I'm going to snap it up. This one I love to use for red roofs of a house. I combined it with another wool in Wonky House and hooked a red roof in this. I've used it in the flowers. I love this wool. If you've got red dirt in the area and you need a dark red dirt, this is good dark red dirt. But in florals, anywhere that you can do that. If you're hooking an animal with a little bit of a red-orange, maybe you're doing a primitive rug and you have a squirrel, this would be great for a red squirrel. Depends on what color squirrels are in your place. And unfortunately, that's it on the yardage that I have for red wool. It's not very much. And yes, I have reds on the shelves back here, and I have reds stashed away in my private stash, so I'll be okay personally. But what am I going to be offering in the future? What I've seen a lot of the reds coming through in the offerings, that they are over dyes of one of the light neutrals that I offered last week. And I've done that to supplement my stash. I'll dye up several colors and throw in several different textures, and that gets me through. But an over dye is still really just that color over every color. You can't isolate and keep that little sparkle of yellow or a little touch of blue because it'll all get toned by the red that you're using for over dyeing. But in the short term, that's what I'll do to get by until the next great red wool comes out.